Hi lovely YouTubers. I was just thinking that I probably should do a bit of a prelude to the video that I am going to post, or that will be part of, this is the start of that video. If you've been into my shop, you will know that we need more space. When I first got the shop, when I first rented it, it seemed ginormous, absolutely ginormous. And I might actually insert the video I have of just before I opened the shop. It had nothing in it, like there was nothing in it whatsoever. Anyway, it's now got lots more fabric and I've kind of got lots of vintage bits and pieces, which it didn't have to start with, but like I just decided, look, it's my shop and I can do what I want with it. But then also, like we have some good stitching groups now, and the women that come to those, they make my job so enjoyable. That connection with people, I mean, I think that's what we all crave with crafting sometimes. But anyway, long story to say, I've bought a shop. I've bought, well, a part of a shop, like I have a big mortgage, and, you know, it was actually quite a complicated financial transaction that I seem to have forgotten all about, that kind of thing from my law days. But anyway, I will now be paying a mortgage instead of my rent, which is exciting. I figure I might as well back myself. It's a massive space. I'm going to share the video with you of the space. It's really loud, the traffic noise there at the moment in that space, because it is super echoey. It's tall, it's big, it's got nothing in it. It's concrete, floors, walls, etc., because it's part of a new building in kind of the outskirts of Newcastle City. I think the suburb is still called Newcastle, and it's maybe, I don't know, 1,500 meters, 1.5 Ks from the current location of my shop. And it feels like a dream come true. Like, I did not think that I would be able to get such a great premises. We had to employ an advocate to go and find it because we just weren't getting anywhere. Nobody took me seriously when I said that, like when I talked to real estate agents and I said, I have a quilt shop, I'm looking for a bigger premises, and they just kind of go, whatevs. Anyway, we've got one. Our buyer's advocate was amazing. Got it for a price that we were happy to pay. We have to fit it out. We've got an architect doing stuff on it now. Like, so fitting it out, it's not a big fit out. I mean, it needs a little kitchen, it needs toilets, it needs a back area, because we send a lot of parcels overseas. Like, in fact, I would say the majority of my business, the majority of my business is via online sales. And so we need an area to pack and to keep. Sorry, I jumped back on to say, I kind of feel like my little shop, which is going to be a bigger shop, is quite unique to the style that I have. It's grown from designing quilts, and then I wanted to be able to kind of make some bundles of fabrics that kind of matched the kind of vibe that I go for in my work, because people are finding that hard, and then it's grown from there. This week I had this really awful experience with a local business that just doesn't want me, well, would prefer me not to have a business, I guess, but and wants fabric reps to not deal with me. Now, fabric reps work for wholesalers. Wholesalers need to sell as much fabric as they can. That's how we get to buy fabric. So it kind of is a very naive way of looking at the world. Plus, we're living in an online world a global market. I am sending fabric all over the world. And anyway, I would have thought that I know the business that's upset with me slightly. Like I'd been in there once, maybe twice, not long after I moved to Newcastle. It was a lovely little business, but it did not have anything that I needed to quilt with. And I was a quilter, am a quilter. And so I didn't really frequent the business, but they seem, I don't know, like they think that I shouldn't be able to develop a business. And that it's super frustrating because I operate from the perspective that the more resources there are for people to embrace their creativity and to, do what brings them joy, the better for us all. When I go into other people's shops, there's always something I love. It's not stuff I can always stock. But especially I have worked quite hard to bring some other things into the shop that haven't always been available or aren't available to buy at one time. You have to go to multiple different shops and pay excessive postage from all over the world. So one of those was Petit Pan. And then I've also brought Japanese fabrics in. And then in Newcastle, where I'm located, there was no Liberty Tana lawn, and I love Liberty, so I wanted that readily available for local people. But on top of that, one of the wholesalers that this business has contacted, I worked with them to get some fabrics into Australia. I saw them. So they were very little designers, and at times I directly import from overseas, but there's a whole heap of businesses that kind of go through, there's people that produce the fabric or the designers before them, and then the companies that produce the fabric, then the wholesalers that sell the fabric, and then there's the retailers. But I have at times gone straight to sources overseas to get fabrics because they weren't available here and no wholesaler was dealing with them. And then I've got one of the wholesalers to develop some relationships with people, and in Australia I now see lots of shops around Australia, and this particular business that's annoyed with me stocking some of the fabric that I asked that wholesaler to develop a relationship with because I would buy it. It's a beautiful fabric. I've used it the range in the Gosling quilt. And you just kind of I don't know. Anyway, it's really disappointing, I guess, and I feel horrible about it. 99% of the people you meet through quilting or crafting, they're beautiful people. And I have just seen that recently with Roxy's creations. I've seen my YouTube go crazy. It's not crazy. It's so not crazy. Crazy from where it was. Remembering I only started this at the start of the year, so 3 months ago. Because they went out of their way to kind of come and visit my shop. They drove 2 hours to come, and they were just so lovely. And they're now doing projects inspired by my kind of aesthetic, and just, they're clearly lovely people that want to support other creative people. And that's the majority of people in this industry. But anyway, I don't know really why I'm sharing that. I guess I'm disappointed. And I know when I want to buy things, I don't know, support the little local businesses or the small businesses, or, we all do that if we're a quilter or a crafter anyway, because it's usually a small business that is supplying the things that you need. Obviously in Australia it's Spotlight, but I think in America it's Joann's. But, there's those big retailers, and sometimes they're necessary. I always say just go wherever you can to get what you need. But we all try and support small businesses, and for another small business to behave in this way and to be really incredibly rude and to try and sabotage me. And it's not like, I don't know, it's not going to work because all the wholesalers have said, would you like us to deal exclusively with you? You pay your bills. And I was like, no, I don't. I don't want her business or their business to be adversely affected. I would like all the businesses to succeed. But I also know of two creatives in Newcastle that are thinking of starting up like fabric shops of some description, like not necessarily quilting shops. So, and the other business isn't a quilting shop either. So it's just bizarre. Anyway, I'm going to insert here the video of my shop just before I opened, which is like almost 2 years ago. And then I might insert the videos of the new space and just get ready for the noise of that. And then there might be some stuff from this morning. I don't even know. Stay with me.
I've been asked for this by a number of people, so I just wanted to do a little bit of a walkthrough of where I'm up to with the shop. So that's the front. I've got no signage yet. A good friend Mel is working on it. And then you enter and there will be more quilts on the walls, but I'm actually going away with my family tomorrow for a holiday, but in the middle of that I'm going to be teaching at Precious Time Quilts and Fabrics in Toowoomba, which I'm looking forward to.
Had heaps of deliveries.
So I just put up this flimsy of an Orla quilt just for something on the wall. I've got a system to hang the quilts.
I'm just making it,
but lots of them are coming with me, so they're not up to.
And it's a lot pull, and so I'm working on that.
We come back over
Quilts on the wall.
Patterns, looking,
just all the things.
Obviously you guys have been loving the pan.
So I'm doing my best outside vlogging. I'm walking towards my new shop. I'm about to meet with the architect on how we're gonna sort the space. It's one of the main streets in Newcastle. This is a new build. It's a big space. It's 4 times as big as the old shop. We need a lot of back area for where we pack, etc. And I don't know, it's closer into town than currently, like we're in the west end of Newcastle, and sounds like the west end of Paris. West end of Newcastle, and I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. So this is our new space. Obviously it's got to get fitted out. Just about to meet the architect. This is where teaching area will go over here. It's massive compared to my old shop. Shop through the middle. My husband's down here where this will be like our work area, because we just don't have that at the moment. Toilets, kitchen, all the things in flooring. Obviously it's like tall, it's pretty amazing and pretty scary all in one go. Morning, it's Saturday here in Australia and I am in the shop. I am generally the only person in the shop on a Saturday. This is what it's looking like. Hope that doesn't make you sick. So you probably will have seen at the start of this video, I'm not sure when I'm sharing that, but I think you will have seen I'm getting a new shop. And the reason why is because we're exploding out of the seams of this shop. So I'm going to spin you around and show you like some secret things. Okay. So that pink fabric's there because we're in the middle of a pink bundle, and the shelves are actually looking a little bit askew, which I probably should straighten up before I open. It's nearly opening time here, but trying to make some bundles on the table. And, you know, laces and doilies and all the things. These have all sold overnight, for which I am incredibly grateful. Thank you so much for all your support. I love that you love the Gosling quilt, and green is queen. Look at that beautiful green bundle. There's one, I think, of those left as I film. I was partway through making some bundles yesterday and I just ran out of energy. So, sorry, that wasn't a very good video. I was doing something with my hand. Anyway, a couple more bundles are getting made at the second, but we just put a big tablecloth up on my design wall that I thought I might use as a base for this quilt, but I'm not sure. The white kind of changes it quite significantly from the cream that was the batting. So I don't know if I love it anymore or what's going on. I love individually all the bits. I kind of wanted to use these beautiful bits of chicken scratch that I did at one point, but I'm not going to make that quilt. It's been sitting for years waiting for me to make it into the quilt it was intended to be. I think, it's another bit of chicken scratch there, which doesn't show up so well. That bright blue really, or that design, I guess, did it some justice. Maybe I do like it. I'm not even sure. And I've seen, thank you Rachel and Sarah from Roxy's Creations, that you're now making zipper pouches. And I'm going to make a zipper pouch. I think there's people out the front that want to come into the shop, but I'm just going to quickly show you. This is our back area and it is completely out of control. Like I have no room to put anything. So that's why we need a new shop. Anyway, I'm going to go and open the shop because I think the group of women there are waiting to come in.